Hello everyone, and welcome to News Made Simple. My name is Corey. This show is for people who are learning English. I will speak slowly and use simple words and phrases. Every story has 2 vocabulary words to help you understand. You can also find a PDF version of this episode in the comments down below. Let's get started with our first story, the big fire at a coupon building. A big fire happened at a coupon building in Incheon on Saturday. Coupon, as you know, is a big Korean company that delivers things to people's homes. The fire started at 6:54 a.m. on Saturday morning. It was on the 6th floor of a very big building. The building has 8 floors and is very large. The fire was very hot and very dangerous. The fire went to the 7th floor too. Firefighters worked for 3 days to stop it. It was very difficult to put out because there were many things inside the building that can burn easily. Also, there were batteries inside that made it more dangerous. But no people died. Everyone left the building safely when the fire started. People who lived near the building moved to a safe place because the building was very dangerous. On Monday night, firefighters finally stopped the fire. They used 812 firefighters and 231 vehicles and machines. It took 61 hours to stop the fire completely. In this article, we use the word warehouse. Warehouse is a noun. It means a very big building where things are stored. For example, the fire was at a coupon warehouse in Incheon. We also learned the word firefighters, which is a noun. People who stop fires and help people. For example, firefighters worked for 3 days to put out the fire. Our big question, did you see the coupon fire? Answer in the comments down below. Our second story has to do with the World Cup. South Korea did not play well at the World Cup this summer. The team played in the group stage, but did not win enough games. Now, South Korea's ranking has fallen. South Korea played 3 games in the World Cup. They won 1 game against Czechia 2-1. But then they lost to Mexico 1-0 and lost to South Africa 1-0. After these games, South Korea could not go to the next round. Because of this, South Korea's ranking dropped very much. South Korea went from number 25 to number 32. This is the worst ranking for South Korea since December 2021. The coach of South Korea's team was very sad. His name is Hong Myung-bo. He decided to quit his job after the World Cup. But some teams got better. Mexico went up to number 10. South Africa went up to number 54. In this article, we talked about the word ranking. Ranking is a noun. It's a position that shows how good a team is. For example, South Korea's ranking dropped from 25 to 32. We also said eliminated. This is a verb. It means removed from a game or competition. For example, South Korea was eliminated in the group stage. Our big question, did you watch the World Cup? Answer in the comments down below. If you like News Made Simple so far, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment as well. Tell me which story you liked and what kinds of stories you want to hear. Let's continue. Our third story is about the singer IU and how she canceled her concerts. IU is a very famous Korean singer. She sings songs and acts in dramas. Many people love IU. But IU has a problem with her ear. She cannot hear well. She has what is called an ear disorder. It is a medical problem that makes her ear hurt. IU had a concert planned for September in Goyang, but now she canceled it. She also delayed her new album. She will not release it when she planned. IU said on her fan page, "My ear problem is getting worse. I need to rest and get better. I am sorry to all my fans." IU's fans were very sad when they heard the news, but they also understand. They want IU to feel better and be healthy. In this article, we use the word canceled. Canceled is a verb. It means decided not to do something that was planned. For example, IU canceled her concert in September. We also use disorder. This is a medical problem with your body or your health. For example, IU had an ear disorder that makes it hard to hear. The big question, did you have tickets to the IU concert? Let's move on to our fourth story. This one is about noise in apartments. Many people live in apartments in Korea. Sometimes people in apartments make noise. Loud noise from neighbors can be very annoying. Now, some Korean people have a new idea. They pay money to neighbors to make them stop making noise. One man lived in an apartment. His upstairs neighbor had 2 small children. The children ran around the apartment and made very loud noise every day. The man was very unhappy. So the man talked to his neighbors. They agreed to pay him money every month. The man gets 2 million won every month. That is around $1,350. The money helps him not to feel angry about the noise. Another apartment had a similar story. One family paid 300,000 won every month to make the noise stop. This is a new way to solve problems in Korea. Some people think it is a good idea, and other people think it is strange. The vocabulary we read in this article is neighbors. It's a noun. It means people who live near you. For example, his neighbors agreed to pay money for the noise. Compensation is another word we used. It is a noun. It means money paid to someone because they had a problem. For example, the man received compensation for the loud noise. What do you think? This is our big question. Do your neighbors make noise? Do you think this is a good idea? Our next story is about K-pop concerts happening this month in Korea. Many K-pop concerts are happening in July. Korean music fans are very excited. Yoonho from TVXQ is having concerts in Seoul. He performs from July 17th to July 19th at Jamsil Indoor Stadium. Many fans came to see him. Boy Next Door is also having concerts at Olympic Park. Fans love this group very much. Stray Kids is starting their world tour in Korea. They perform on July 25th, 26th, and 29th at Olympic Park. Stray Kids has many fans around the world. Also, Red Velvet will have concerts in August. Many other K-pop groups will perform at that time too. K-pop concerts are very fun. Fans sing together and dance. The singers perform their best songs and everyone comes away happy. The vocabulary in this article starts with concert. It's a noun. It's a show where singers perform music for fans. For example, Yoonho has concerts in July, a performance in front of fans. Performs is a verb. It means to sing or dance for people to watch. The noun form is performance. For example, Stray Kids performs at Olympic Park. The big Q, which K-pop group will you go to? What concert will you see? Our next story is about the heavy rain in Korea. Korea is having very heavy rain these days. The rain will start on Tuesday and Wednesday, which is yesterday and today, and it is important to know about this. The rain is because of a stationary front. This is a weather system that brings a lot of rain. The stationary front will move north and south over Korea many times. In Seoul and the capital area, very heavy rain fell on Tuesday morning. In 1 hour, 56 millimeters of rain fell in Incheon. That is a lot of water. Scientists say the rain happens because of two types of air are fighting. One is hot and wet air. The other is cold and dry air. When they meet, it makes rain. People should be careful. Heavy rain can be very dangerous. Do not go outside if you do not need to. Do not drive your car if possible. Stay safe and stay at home. The rain will stop on Wednesday evening, but it will be hot and humid after the rain. The vocabulary in this section starts with stationary front. This is a noun phrase. It means a weather system that brings rain. For example, a stationary front is bringing heavy rain to Korea. Stationary means it stays still, and a stationary front is a weather system that stays relatively still. Humidity is a noun. It means how wet the air is. For example, after the rain, Korea will be very humid. It will have high humidity. There will be lots of water in the air. So the big question, do you like this rainy weather or would you prefer sunny weather? All right, thank you so much for watching News Made Simple, Episode 8. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. Leave a comment to tell me the answers to the big questions. What stories did you like? What kinds of stories do you want to see in the future? I'll be back later this week with a digestible news, and next week with a new News Made Simple. Keep learning English, have fun, but above all, stay curious. Bye for now.